Good morning, everyone. It's Brenda Quintana here from QBsQuest.com. And today I'm going to share with you how I made my thank you card from December. It is a diamond flip card, and this thank you card was sent to everyone who placed an order with me in December. It's this cute little card right here. This is a little diamond, and the flip element for it is that it kind of comes out like this, and it's not hard to make, but I need to show you how to make it. And every month I have a host code, so if you order from me and spend $50 this month, you will be getting, this is my January host code. You will be getting a pack, a sampler pack of this beautiful paper. I package it up in a little cellophane bag, and this is called the Flowers and More paper. You'll get 48 sheets of 6x6 paper. It is a sampler of a bigger 12x12 host paper. So if you want to get this pack, make sure you place a $50 order with me using the host code AXBV9HFX, and that's how you'll get a thank you card from me and a gift at the end of the month. This month also, you're going to get to choose, if you spend 50, for every 50 or $100 you spend, you can choose a gift from Stampin Up out of the Celebration catalog. And there's lots of wonderful things in here. There's stamp sets, like my favorite, the adorable owls right there. There's this other stamp set, thanks a bunch. And then there's some beautiful papers like the dainty flowers paper, and there's several other options. And this you can also access the products, the free products that you can choose from my website. If you click on my blog post, which will be down below, the very first banner up at the top says specials on my blog. Just click on over there and it will have the celebration items that you can choose from there. So lots of great deals this month. But I do want to show you how to make this thank you card, and I will have a project sheet for you which will be sent next weekend. And this week is going to be a double project sheet week because I'm also still going to have a Friday project. So you're going to get 2 project sheets this weekend. You just need to be on my email list, and if you're not already on my email list, look down below in the description of the video and look for the link to join my email list, and then this will be in your inbox on the weekend. And this will have the measurements and some basic instructions, a supply list, and I'll probably also put a diagram on there to show you what the cut of the card looks like. All right, I am going to plop this over here, and I am going to switch cameras so I can show you this fabulous card. All right, oh, and I made some more cards. Let me scoop these up for a second. Let me show you this. This is the first card that I made, and it just opens up like this, and look at the inside. Isn't that pretty? So that's the first sample. And I also, some of you may have gotten this as your thank you card. I made some in different colors. So I made this one, and then I made this one as well. This one's also really pretty, different paper on the inside. And I love that this could be used for a variety of different occasions because it has for you on here. I never sign my thank you cards because I want you to be able to use them. If you want to, you can use it as a sample in the future, or you can send it off to someone else. So I just always leave them blank on the inside. Then I've made one, this one's a petal pink one. The inside is the same as the blue one. And then I also did this one. This is just in Sweet Sorbet instead of using Mossy Meadow as the background. So they're just like really cute, aren't they? And not hard to make. I will share with you how to do that in just a second. And I just wanted to point out, this is the paper that I'm using. This is the Country Floral Lane Designer Series paper. It's wonderful for Valentine's Day, but you can continue to use it. I've pulled some pages out of here already. This is my second pack that I'm going through. It also has this back sheet has got hearts on it. Let me pull this one out. See, it's got beautiful hearts on it. So this paper is just gorgeous, perfect for Valentine's Day or going into spring as well. So the main bundle that I used on this card is called the Country Bouquet Bundle, and I'm just gonna remove this host code for a second so you can see a little better. This is the Country Bouquet Bundle, and when you buy the punch and the stamp set together, you can save 10%. This is the only bundle that I used on the card because this has both greetings and stamped images. So I'll show you how to use that in just a moment. So I think I've talked about all the main ingredients. So let's start off by making the card base, and choose whatever color you want to match the paper that you're going to use. I'm using Petal Pink here, and this piece measures 11 inches by 4 1/4 inches. I'm going to grab my scoring board right now, and I'm going to pop this up on here, putting the long side up at the top corner, top left corner. Make sure it's sitting nicely in that corner. And then I'm going to just do 2 score marks at the 2 1/8 inch mark and the 5 1/2 inch mark. Okay, and that is it. Pretty easy peasy. That away. So now to create that diamond shape, and actually I have this diagram that's going to help you a little bit. This is what we're going to make this end look like, because you can see this score line here and this score line here. So we're just going to take a ruler. I have a centering ruler here, but if you just have a regular ruler, you're just going to measure over 2 1/8 inches. So I'll just take that and make a little mark like here. And if I'm using a centering ruler, if I know it's 2 1/8, I just put my center mark right here. The 0 is right here, and then 2 1/8 is on either side. This is a little Omni Grip ruler. It's both a centering ruler and a regular ruler. I really love it. I'll put a link down below in case you're interested in this ruler. It's hard to find unless you know exactly where to look. Okay, so I've got my little centering mark. It's just halfway on this 4 1/4 inch side at 2 1/8. And then actually I'm going to take the same ruler and I'm going to draw a line from that pencil mark to the end of that score line on both sides. So let me just, the light is a little bit, sometimes it's hard to see that score line. You just have to shift it then. So that is what the end of your cardstock needs to look like. And then you're going to fold in half along the center score line, not along this one right here, but along this middle one right here, because we're going to cut through both sides of the cardstock at the same time. So we're just going to do that, and then we'll bring in our trimmer, and we're just going to line up the pencil lines right on this cutting groove or scoring groove, and we'll cut through both of these. So you're going to have to make 2 or 3 passes through to get that to cut off. And the nice thing is you're cutting through both ends at the same time, so you can do it relatively quickly, and you know that it's going to be aligned. Don't worry if you see any pencil marks if you're not 100%. This is going to be covered with another piece of cardstock, so you don't need to erase that at all. Okay, so we want to finish off this front part, the flip part. So I just want to show you that. So I'm going to take a piece of the same color cardstock as my card base, and this square measures 3 inches by 3 inches. And just so you know, we're going to take this, we'll put glue on this triangle just where you can see from the score line over, and then we're going to glue this on an angle like this. And then that's going to create the flip part. So if you want to, you can already fold this triangle down along the score line and fold it inwards to the inside of your card, because what's going to happen is this is going to sit out here like this. Okay, I'm trying to show this to you in multiple ways. So okay, so now I've got it back so it's flat again. I'm going to take my glue and run glue on here. Okay, and then just since this is a square, it doesn't matter which corner goes in here. Just going to line this up. I'm going to try and get this on here as straight as possible, and then I'll press down, I'll fold it over, I'll give it another little press, and that is your card base. That's all there is to it. And now it's just about decorating this piece up. So to start off with, let's work with the designer series paper that you're going to add onto here. So you're going to need, first of all, a piece of paper for this front, and this piece measures 3 inches by 4 inches. So you can choose whatever pattern of paper you want, but my reasoning behind using the plainer paper is that I'm going to be stamping a heart with multiple colors, and I want the focus to be on the heart and not on the beautiful paper, at least for the outside. So I think this paper looks really nice. And so you can see also here I did like plain paper, because look, the heart right here is what I want you to focus on, not distracting you from the other side. Okay, so then we'll do the paper on the inside, these two corners. So for that, you're going to need another square of cardstock or designer series paper, and in this case it can be a busier pattern. So this is 2 3/4 by 2 3/4, and I will bring in my cutter one more time. We're just going to cut this along on the diagonal. So I'm just lining up a corner here, a corner there. Make sure I carefully bring this down. You can shift again if you've moved. And then when that's centered on the diagonal, just go ahead and give it a cut. And now you have the 2 triangles you need for those outside triangles. So we'll just put Tombow on here. And it's about a 1/16 of an inch that's peeking out here. Just a tiny wee bit. Let's show you. Okay. And then we'll do the same thing for the other side. This makes this card really special. I don't always do the insides of my cards, but for this one I am, because when this card sits open, the inside is going to show a little bit more than your average card. Okay, so we've got all the paper down. Now let's do the next important thing, which is the front of the piece. So for that, I'm going to need a square of basic white, and this measures 2 3/4 by 2 3/4. We'll turn it on the diagonal, and we're going to use 2 stamps from the Country Bouquet stamp set. We're going to be using this one. Just clean this off a little bit. This one is the floral one, and this one's the leaf. And I'm going to match my card base here. So I'm going to use Petal Pink ink. For each card, I chose a color that matches my card base. So I use Sweet Sorbet and Balmy Blue on those 2 cards. So this time I'm using Petal Pink. I'm going to ink this up. And then I'm just going to kind of stamp it right down here with that point of the heart coming down. And then I will switch to Mossy Meadow. And then I'll ink the leaf portion up. And this is a 2-step stamp, so you're just going to see, that wasn't inked up too well. So I'm just going to twist this till the green nests in between the petal pink. And when that looks good, I'll stamp down. Okay. And then I'll grab this little stamp that says "For You," and I'm going to stamp that right up at the top like that. So that's all there is to this little stamped heart. And I love that it's a 2-step stamp. That took no time at all to stamp, right? So then we're going to just come in and add this down here. And to finish off the front, what I did is I created this little bow, and I'll just tell you really quickly how I did that. Let me see if I can grab this ribbon. So this ribbon right here, this is the Whisper White Crinkled Seam Binding. And this is awesome. Actually, it probably should be called Basic White Seam Binding, but it's crinkled, and so it's got a little bit of texture to it. But the beauty about this ribbon is you can color it with our Stampin' Blends. So I just took, you can do it one of 2 ways. You can either color a length of ribbon with the Stampin' Blends and then tie it, or you can tie yourself a bow and then color it with the blends. It works either way, just depends. If I have to do a lot of them, I'll color a whole length of ribbon and then tie them. But if I'm just doing one, I'll just go ahead and tie a bow and then just color the one. But this Crinkle Seam Binding takes the blends really well. The other nice thing is it's a very light ribbon, so it doesn't bulk up your card. So that's really helpful. So then I'll just take a mini glue dot right here. And I should mention that for my Sweet Sorbet and Mossy Meadow card, I did use a different ribbon because, see, look how beautiful that is. It's just so soft and pretty. I did use one other ribbon on here. I used this ribbon, where is it? This one's the Real Red and Burlap ribbon combo pack, and that will be on the same page of the catalog as this paper and as the Country Bouquet Bundle. So I did use, it's very nice as well. It's got more of a satiny vibe, but say you were going to make a bunch of these cards and you wanted just to color your ribbon, I think it would be really cool just to grab a roll of this and then color it to whatever color you needed. So I've got, you know, this one colored in Balmy Blue and this one colored in Sweet Sorbet. So you can do it either way. This one, satiny, and it ties really nicely as well. But this one's just a slightly lighter ribbon that you can color very easily. Okay, I'm going to keep on going because there's a couple more things I want to do to this card before we finish it off. So the front is basically finished, and now we're going to work on the inside of the card. So for the inside, we're going to need 2 pieces of basic white cardstock that measure 3 1/8 by 4 inches. And on one side, I just want to stamp a heart for the inside, and the other side I'm going to leave blank. So for that heart, I'm going to take a scrap piece of basic white, and I think, did I get rid of my, here's my little scrap piece of paper that I've been stamping on. I just need the big heart. I don't need this little heart. So I'm going to do a Sweet Sorbet heart on the inside. And so I'm just going to ink this double heart up, and just stamp the bigger heart on a scrap piece of basic white on the end. Close that up. And then I'm going to take my punch. This is the Country Bouquet punch. And I'll just punch out this heart. And I actually really love this heart because it's got texture and lines, and it's just slightly different than kind of a traditional, just plain basic bold heart. This is much more of like an artistic heart. So I'm going to align this. It doesn't really matter which one I do it on. I'll switch it afterwards. Okay, so I'm just going to put this somewhat in the center. Okay, that looks good. And I'm going to introduce one more color. I'm going to use this lighter green that's also in the paper. It's called Mint Macaron. And I'm going to take the leaves. I could also stamp and punch the leaves out, but I'm actually just going to stamp these leaves on either side of the heart. It will just save me one little step in the process. And then I'm going to take the heart and just add it right there in the center. And it looks like a little flower plant. So cute. All right, and then we'll just glue these two pieces to the inside of the card. And I like to use this score line down the center to kind of help keep my paper centered. And then I'll just try and make sure I'm centered from top to bottom. And then I'll glue this other one. And so now there's a space for you to write a message on white, which will make it easier. And if you're making these cards and you're writing a message, you know, might be better if you wrote on it first and then glued it in, just in case you made a mistake. But when you're making a card, getting it ready from finish to end, then you want to glue it in right away. So that's the inside of the card. Isn't it pretty? And there's the outside of the card. And it wasn't too hard, right? There's a lot of wow factor to this card, but yet it didn't require a ton of work. So let's just have a look at the samples one more time. So for this card, I used Not Blushing Bride. This card is a Petal Pink card. This card used a Balmy Blue. This card used Sweet Sorbet cardstock and ink. And then I also, this was one other variation that I made. This one uses Mossy Meadow as the background, and then Sweet Sorbet ink. So you've got different insides, but they're still really pretty, right? Like different color combinations. You really can't go wrong with the paper, so just kind of mix and match as you go along if you're going to make a bunch of these cards. And then you can add, if you want to, there's some nice little greetings you can add on the inside that still are part of this set. You can say Happy Valentine's Day. You can say, I love this one. I do Friendship Valentines. I love that we are friends. That one's a really nice one to put on the inside. Or you could take another stamp set and stamp a happy birthday on the inside too. So it doesn't just have to be a Valentine's Day card. It is, you know, you can adapt it for other occasions, maybe an anniversary card. So lots of different options with this card. All right, I'm coming back over to all of you. And I know I mentioned the host code at the beginning. I'm going to pop that up one more time. That's if you're placing an order with me. So just remember, $50 is the magic number to get the gift from me and to get a reward from Stampin' Up. But even if you don't spend $50, regardless of the size of your order, as long as it's over $15, I will also send you a free tutorial. So hopefully everyone will get rewarded in one way or another. Now, if you're going to be spending $100, I just wanted to point out one other thing in the Celebration catalog to you, and that is the starter kit. Because the starter kit is just such an awesome deal this time. And the starter kit, you have there's three options. There is the traditional $99 starter kit, And the special for that starter kit, that's actually option 3, is you get to choose $175 worth of product to put in your starter kit. So normally that amount is $125. During celebration until the end of February 2023, you're going to get to choose $50 more than normal. So your $99 is getting you $175 worth of product. And that's amazing. But there's actually options 1 and options 2 are even more amazing, because you're going to be spending, instead of a $99 starter kit, we also have a $129 starter kit. And you will get to choose one of our mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machines. And we have the special limited time boho blue colored mini machine available right now. And so this machine, if you were to buy it, it would be $63. So for $129, you'll get the $63 machine plus $175 worth of product in your starter kit. When you get the starter kit, you are also joining my team. And don't let that be intimidating to you. Most of my team are hobbyists, so you don't need to do what I do. You can just enjoy being part of my team, being part of Stampin' Up, and you don't have to do classes. You can be your very own best customer. And when you place orders with Stampin' Up after getting the starter kit, you get a 20% discount. So it's just a nice way to be a little bit more involved and get some of the perks of being a demonstrator without having to do classes. Now, if you want to do classes, you absolutely can. My group, I'm about to start doing some business training with my team this week. So there's definitely that avenue available to you. But you don't have to do that. So most of my team are hobbyists, as it is with most teams out there. And I'm very happy to have you on my team as a hobbyist, and we do lots of fun things together to support you in that. And so I hope you think about getting the starter kit. So it's a really awesome deal right now. Or if you want to place an order, there's the host code. Oh, and if you want to join my team, there is the link. It's cubiesquest.com/join. And if you go to that website, it will give you more information about getting the starter kit and joining my team. And then if you go to cubiesquest.com without the join, you can see many more of my projects and ideas, and hopefully you will be inspired. So I hope you enjoyed my little tutorial on making this diamond flip card, and I hope you will join me later on this week on Friday for my live video over on my YouTube channel. Have a great week until then. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.